Welcome to Behind the YugiTuber, where we ask your favorite stars your questions. Tonight, I have Nyhmnim. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on here today, bud.
So you're basically going to be my guinea pig, in the nicest way possible. I don't want to make that sound mean, but you're going to, be the test subject for this, because I had an idea for it, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to format it. So we're going to test it out, and if it's shitty, hopefully we can make it better, and I'll have you back on so it'll be less shitty next time.
All right. Well, if it turns out shitty, you can blame it on me. How about that?
No. If it's anything as bad, I'm going to blame it on me because I'm the host. The host is the most. So I guess we'll start off with some basic questions. When did you start making videos?
Oh, geez. It's been a very long time since I started making videos. I want to say I started making videos 7th grade, which is that's first year middle school or something like that. So from now, I guess that's around 5, maybe 4 years. I can't even remember. It's been a long time. I
see. So I always wanted to make videos and stuff. I'll let out some little cringy backstory of me, not to take the spotlight away from you. Is I always wanted to be a filmmaker, so I did stop motion stuff. All these videos are gone off the internet. Don't you fuckers dare try to look this shit up. Where I had really cringy stop motion shit. That's just gone.
Like claymations and stuff. Yeah,
like that.
Oh, I fucks with that.
But so what made you want to do videos exactly?
I actually ended up I wanted to do videos because I watched, there's 2 people I pull inspiration from that really start doing Yu-Gi-Oh videos in particular. That's what I started with. I watched Galactic God, and then I watched DP Yu-Gi-Oh, Drew Pickens. And I looked at them and I'm like, hey, I want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm enjoying the game a lot and everything. Meanwhile, I was an idiot. I knew nothing about the game.
I feel like that's everybody's stance. Is everyone starts I know nothing about the game. My hero deck is the best thing ever.
No, I was jamming the Watts back in the day.
You were a Watt player, dude. I can respect that. I had a Watt deck. My friend would play the Gishki hand loop against me. I was I summon Watt Chimera. And he's like, "Oh, you're decked out." I'm like, "Wait, what just happened?"
Best in the game right there. But no, I thought Madolche's was the second coming of Christ and everything. I was this is the best deck ever. Meanwhile, this is the start of Dragon Roller era, so you can just kind of get a glimpse of my mentality back in the day. But I saw these 2 YouTubers and I was like, hey, I want to talk about the game. I think I can do that. And then I started making videos, and of course my meta analyses were all over the place. They're garbage, but I had fun with it, and I think that's really how I got my start, is just having fun and recording a lot.
So did you play as a physical card in the physical card game during that time? Because for me, I was in this weird area where I wasn't able to buy the cards because my parents wouldn't let me, because they're you're not wasting your money on that stupid shit anymore. You're I don't even fucking remember when they cut it off for the age. So I only played on what was before Dueling Network? What the hell was it? I don't remember what it was called.
Think that's when I started playing. When I started playing, I only played physical cards. I didn't even know Dueling Network existed. My older brother had got me back into the game, and then funny story, he quit, and then he gave my friend all of his cards, not me. I was like, oh, sick. But
understood. Dude, put him on blast right now. Tell him to go fuck himself or something.
Yeah, Dylan, if you're watching this, which 90% of the chance you're probably not, but go fuck yourself. I wanted those full rarity Dragoonities. Fuck off.
Oh my god, he had full rarity Dragoonities?
Yeah, that's back at the time when they were ham slamming there. They were
fucking expensive. They were
Cards of Consonance was jamming back then. I really wanted them.
Dude, those were back in the days where you fucking kill somebody for those cards. My friend had 2 Dark Arm Dragons at the time when they were during Teledad that he pulled, and he had no idea the value of them. So he goes to the store. He goes to our local comic book shop that no longer exists because a car married the front window.
Oh jeez.
But so he's anyone want to trade these cards? And some guy's yo, I'll trade it for you, but we have to go in front of the store. Outside. Oh. And my friend was in his head's yeah, I'm about to be beaten up. He's nah, I'm good. I don't want that.
Jeez. Yeah, no, but what were we talking about? We were saying this is before Dueling Network. Dueling Network is what I grew up on, actually. That's what I ended up started playing.
That's where I started getting really in. Was I just played really shitty decks on Dueling Network, while my friend who read metagame at the time would just play a bunch of bullshit, and we were what the fuck is all this? So I was in this weird osmosis of getting the meta through one friend while we played garbage. Was that how it was for you, or was it like, did you read up on metagame?
Well, I actually think I was the one to break out from the group and start taking it seriously, because it's like when you start playing with your friends, like everyone I played with in middle school, the best player was this shitty Bubble Beat player, and he was garbage at the game looking back at it. So you're like kind of trapped in this bubble of like everyone sucks around you, but you don't realize it because you suck just as bad. But then I started like watching videos, and I'm like, well, there's way more to this game. Like, heroes aren't even supposed to be relevant anymore at this time. What am I doing? Let me try actually like learning about the game. So even though my brother was a top tier competitive player, I was like 8 years old when I first got back into the game. And I didn't understand anything, and I quit right after he quit as well. And then I came back in during middle school, and then I started taking it more seriously.
So you've made a lot of videos, and then you've had your breaks and stuff. So what was your favorite video you've made so far?
Oh, wow. My favorite video is actually, it's probably just a weird one, but I did a video back when I was working with ARG. I did a video at one of the events, and it was called like Sleeve Wars or something like that. And this guy from like Max Protection, he's one of the sleeve companies, approached me. He's like, hey, dude, I'll pay you some good green to like make a video about like 2 different sleeves and which one's better. And I'm like, hey, I'll have fun with it. And I put a lot of work into it. I was like, I'm gonna take this shit seriously, and I just put a lot of time into it, and I'm really happy with how that video came out. It's astoundingly, I can do so much better now looking back at it, but I was just really proud of all the effort I put into that video back in the day when I did that one. So it's a weird choice, as it's just like not like something actually like really related to Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm just really proud with all the like effort I put into it in the final product that came out. And I did get paid pretty well for it, so hell yeah.
Hell yeah. The sponsors are the fucking best shit. So to keep on that topic is like, so someone who has made a lot of videos, you've probably made some like ones you're not happy with. If you could go back and redo one, which would it be?
Oh man, I don't think there's really anything that I'd say I'd redo. It's maybe just, it's kind of like a given, but I would go back and redo all of my very, very old videos where like I would sit outside and shit. Like looking back on it, I was.
But you don't like recording on the park bench, being like, "Hey guys, it's Nyhmnim here, and I'm going to talk about meta-analysis." God,
I think no. Like I look back at it and I'm like, how could people actually watch this shit? Like I sounded like a fucking child. I could barely sit down and rewatch my stuff without cringing. So like if I had to go back, I'd go back and like, I think the one that I would want to try the hardest on is like maybe the very first video I did, which was like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pet Peeves or something like that. If anybody's listening to this, don't go watch that. That's like the first video I made in front of the camera, and that's astoundingly bad. But oh man, it's embarrassing. My girlfriend makes fun of me all the time for it. She'll always reference that video, and it makes me very upset. But
understandable. As a single man myself, I don't have to worry about that problem.
Oh hell yeah!
You can't make fun of me. Fuck you, bitch. She can't make fun of me if she doesn't exist. Feels good and bad, man. So you've mentioned a lot of like dueling etiquette and how much you hate rule sharking before in your videos. So what is like the worst experience, bar that one that you made your video about?
On rule sharking, that is probably just the single-handedly like worst one that's ever happened to me. Like that's the one that there's probably been some minor stuff, but that's the one that just really sticks in my mind. That's the one that
just like, fuck that guy. If I saw him in an alleyway,
Oh yeah, no, like, and for people that don't know, there's another one too. Actually, I'll describe both of them. But the one that from the video, for people that don't know, is like I was playing in a regional and it was like round 2, so it wasn't anything serious. Game just like regional just started,
but it just got you like in that tilt factor. Like it got you in early.
Oh yeah, it was early, but like it's like. What happened is like it was like time. We were in time, and I was just waiting for this guy to pass turn because I was able to like top deck into game. I drew into like Wavering Eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I needed. Let me just dunk on this guy. And so what I did is I activated Wavering Eyes, and I was going to resolve it for 4. Which, if anybody's resolved Wavering Eyes for 4, you just win the game at that point. I activated it, and then I went into my deck, and I pulled out Wavering Eyes, and then I pulled out a monster. And then I set down the deck and I said, okay, I'm going to banish that card. Well, apparently you have to resolve Wavering Eyes in sequential order. So you would have to search out the Wavering Eyes from your deck, put down your deck, target a monster to banish, pick it up again, and then search out a Pendulum monster, and then burn him for 500. So this guy was like, oh, nah, I'm not going to let you banish that monster because you didn't do it the right way. So this guy wanted to give me like fucking carpal tunnel syndrome to like pick up my deck and shuffle it multiple times just to resolve Wavering Eyes. And so I didn't win the game because of that, but he knew like I would have won the game had I just banished the one monster I was trying to. That made me so tilted for the rest of the regional. It was awful. Definitely the worst experience I've ever had. And then the other one that comes to mind actually is it was round 1 of a regional. So you find all these scummy people in the early rounds, evidently. But
they got to do what they got to do to get those early wins because they want to get those top tables. They want to get those feature matches, even though they know that they're gonna fucking just do some dumb shit like that Despot player who somehow managed to get a feature match at a YCS.
Oh, yeah, like that's the only way they know how they can do it. Well, this one time, what was it? It was round 1 of the regional. I get up and we're sitting at the table. Die roll happens, and he asked me. He's like, I win the die roll, and I'm like, I'll go first. And we draw our opening hands, and then he just stares at me for like 3 minutes, and then he's like, well, wait, aren't you gonna go? I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? What's going on here? Because I think he was supposed to go first or something like that. I have no idea what happened, but I guess he just confused the hell out of me, so he was able to go first. And I was furious, but then I just like proceeded to OTK him. I have no idea what happened that round still. It was still the most confusing thing ever. But I went and I like posted like the deck profile on my YouTube like the next day. And I called the guy out. I was like, this guy, I don't even know what happened round 1, but I dunked on him anyways, so it's okay. And then he must have watched the video and he like commented below. He's like, yeah, you're a real dick, dude. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it was just irritating. But yeah, no, like that one round 2 at the regional with the Wavering Eyes, that's the most tilting thing I can ever remember about this game, really.
Have you ever had someone, this has happened to me before, I haven't gone to many like big premiere events. The biggest I've gone to is a ARG because I'm not in like bumfuck nowhere New York, but I'm in like area, so there's no real close regionals or like premiere events. Like the most recent one was Brooklyn, which I didn't get to go to. But so I'm at the ARG, and this motherfucker, fuck you if you're watching this, I roll the dice, and as it's rolling, and he sees one of them land, because I'm doing the double roll, he goes, low roll. So I fucking get, I get a low roll.
I like how that's like an enforceable like statement. Like while you're rolling the dice, you can just call whatever you want.
And I was like oh my fucking god, he just went first. I still bopped him, but like, fuck that guy. Fuck you guy if you're watching. Holy shit! Like, oh man, that got me a little fuming.
See, that's where you just hit him with the, oh wait, I thought we were actually playing Yahtzee. What the fuck you mean low roll? Like.
So have you ever had any like bad experiences with trading? Because you've worked at a store technically, right? Like you've helped promote like win a box and stuff.
Yeah, I work at a trading card shop actually when I'm back over the summers. I'm in Philly right now for school, but when I go back to Pittsburgh, I always I work at a card shop. But like the worst trading deal have I seen? Oh well, I guess it's actually one that favored me heavily. I don't know what this guy was thinking. He must have been on something, but he felt the fuck out of like my hallowed ground. No, it wasn't even hallowed ground. It was a purple spell ground. And this is when spell grounds were actually still like pretty hard to get and people wanted them still. But this one was actually, it just got released and it was like, what, $60? It wasn't anything too
special.
Some of those
like hit fucking high amounts. Like I've seen some people like try to sell them for like 200 and like.
Oh yeah, no, like the older ones, like they were actually kind of difficult to get. But this one wasn't one difficult to get. It was released like there were so many printed and everything. So I just had one of them. But this guy, he felt the fuck out of it. He was like, "Yo, I'll trade you my hallowed ground," which just was way more expensive. And I was like, "Nah, I want to keep my purple one." And he's like, "Okay, I'll trade you hallowed ground plus 3 gear armor." Plus a German super foolish burial, plus an LOB Raigeki or something for it.
Oh my god.
Dude, what the? I was like, hell yeah, pass that over. So I plus like, I think like $200 off of this, but I don't even know what that guy was thinking because he traded the mat like it was like maybe like 2 weeks later, he traded the mat for something else. I have no idea to this day what the hell he was thinking. because that was just like, it was super unfavorable for him. He just must have really felt that purple.
Dude, that sounds something similar to there was a guy at my old local which closed down. He was like the known, we called him Fluffle Jack because there was like 4 Jacks there. Sorry, Jack, if you're watching this, that I'm calling you out on your bullshit. But so this kid, he had a decent binder. Like he had I remember when like the movie pack came out, he had a lot of the Blue Eyes stuff. Like he had the Chaos Maxes, and I think he had one alternative, and he had some good Maximum Crisis like Supers and Raging Tempest Ultras. Like, I think he had the Wind Witch Engine. So he just, like, started coming in, and he would just be, like, undercutting all of his cards so much. So at one point, he had a Tornado Dragon. My friend goes, I'll buy the Tornado Dragon. And the Tornado Dragon at the time was about $10. So he goes, I'll sell it to you for $4. My friend's like, fuck yeah, give me that shit, dude. And he goes back. The guy is going to do another trade for some other card he won. He's like, the guy wanted Tornado Dragon. So Fluffle Jack goes over to my friend's like, I'll buy back the Tornado Dragon for $5. And then proceeds to get that card, and then sells it again. And he just kept buying back. He must have rebought back this Tornado Dragon about 4 times before just ending the day negging about like $50.
Oh, this reminds me of actually, now this is actually an actual transaction, at the card shop I work at. This reminds me about this, but this guy came in and he had some time to kill before his train came by. So he was like, all right, I'm going to shop around. No problem with that. But he decides to stay for 2 hours, and he's very indecisive. He picks out Dark Paladin at first from like some bumfuck set that it's worth nothing. And I'm like, all right. So I go in the back and I pull it out for him, and he gets it. He's all happy about his transaction. And then he walks around, kills his time a little bit. And he's like, actually, you know what? I don't want this Dark Paladin. Can I get this instead? No problem. Take it back, find him something else, give it. And then he must have does this. I shit you not. No, I shit you not. He does this 8 fucking times.
Oh, I believe it. People are crazy. There's this guy who comes to our local, and he buys like every day. Every time he comes there once a week. Well, he's now banned because he broke the front door. That by slamming it super hard when he got disgruntled because he couldn't buy like a pre-release Pokemon set. He buys about like $300 worth of cards. He doesn't play any card game. He just buys them every time he goes in.
Oh, man. Yeah, but no, this guy, like, it was like a $3 Dark Paladin, but he really didn't know how to spend his $3 to the best he could. So it was like multiple trade-ins, and then we had to just tell him, we were like, yeah, we're not going to take it anymore.
What did he end on? Do you remember by any chance?
He ended on the Dark Paladin, so it is a happy ending.
Holy shit. My God, what a happy ending. The Dark Paladin got the ride off in the sunset. I bet he fucking traded it for like a candy bar at the train station.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh man, but no, that was one of the most annoying transactions ever, and it's like another one. We're on transactions now in the card shop, I guess, but there's this one kid that comes in with a list of like 100 cards for Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're all shitty common cards. And what you're supposed to do is his parents will like call you ahead of time and give you this list. So we go back and we fish out all these shitty like old commons, and we give it to him. And like the thing is when they come to pay for it, we tell them how much the total is. And they say, oh, that's too much. Let me take out like 80% of the cards you fished out, and then we'll buy these last few. It happens every time.
Holy shit.
Every time on the phone, we tell them, this is how much it will be when you get here. And they say, yeah, no, that's cool. That's fine. But they get there and they're like, no, we don't want like almost all of these. So go ahead and put them back. It's the most infuriating thing ever. If you do this at a card shop, just don't. Just don't.
do you guys have like a big supply? Because most of our locals around here in New York are like all Magic centric and just have Yu-Gi-Oh on the side. So there's not like a huge selection. Like we maybe have like one of those like half box thing, like 2 boxes that you just put in that fit like, I don't know, like 100 something cards. So it's never like anything too crazy. They'll have like high rarity stuff. Like I remember like they had like Virgil Secrets and like Malkota Ghost Rare, but nothing too crazy.
We actually have like a big stock of everything. Like we have stock of everything, but as far as like player base goes, Magic is probably the worst, and then Pokemon's the best, and Yu-Gi-Oh is just kind of somewhere in between.
Oh, I see. So, what is your opinion? This got brought up. I was on DZ's stream the other day. I was hanging out just in the chat, and we were talking about clickbait. What is your opinion on clickbait?
Geez, I don't know. I think people misunderstand what clickbait actually is. Like, clickbait is, like, supposed to be, like, misleading. Like, you click on a video expecting something, and you get something completely different. Like, people were complaining. I posted a video like about El Shadal Construct.
Yeah, that was the one he was talking about. That was the one.
Yeah. No, and like the thing is I did that exact same title, exact same format for when I talked about Chaos Emperor Dragon not like 4 days earlier and how it should come back. And then suddenly when I talk about Construct, people are getting all up in arms like, whoa, nice clickbait title, bro.
I feel like that's because like Construct is such like a wanted card back. Like no one like people do care about Chaos Emperor Dragon, but like not as much as they care about Construct.
Oh, but that Chaos Emperor Dragon's got like double the views of that of the Construct one. So I just have no idea like why people suddenly had a problem with the titling, which is again to emphasize the exact same as the one for Chaos Emperor Dragon. I just think people are like misled about clickbait. If it's like something that like that encourages you to click it, like I know we all kind of hate Team Samurai's like what
the best guide ever. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It is the best.
Yeah. No, like everybody's kind of triggered by that, but like the thing is that guy's a genius. Let me tell you, like as much as we hate him, he's got the formula.
Dude, he's the PewDiePie of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what I've been saying this forever. He knows how to work this system in a way that's smart, and while it makes people mad, it fucking works, dude.
Oh yeah, like I personally wouldn't watch that shit myself because it just doesn't appeal to me.
I don't watch his channel. Don't get me wrong. Like he seems like a nice guy and all, but like he knows how to fucking work it, dude. He's got that hustle down. He's in the dirt. He's selling that coke. He's bopping hookers.
Yeah, man. He's just doing his hustle, and I can't knock that dude. He's got the.
I respect that. I respect the hustle.
He knows somebody's gonna watch that shit, even if it's not anybody that knows what it is. But
do you feel like people have been almost like trained to a misinformed version of clickbait? Like I want to pinpoint it. Like somebody has had to start it and like call someone out on it. Like that's clickbait. To the point where it's like almost so warped that anything that seems like semi like not controversial but like a big topic, people are like, oh, it's fucking clickbait, you clickbaiting motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like what happened is like I think like a lot of article writers kind of picked up on it. Like, you won't believe what number 3 is.
This
and then, like,
fat, ugly motherfucker is banging hot women and basically makes you look like a retard.
Doctors hate him.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
But like it's just I think people are kind of trained like that's just a meme. So if there's anything like even similar to it, it's like it's clickbait and it's bad is what it is. But like the thing is like if it gets you to click and you get what you expected, I don't really see there's like a problem. Like if I click on one of those things where it says like you won't believe number 3 and I'm like, oh, I could believe number 3, I'm like, I feel kind of cheated, fuck that. But if I like click on it like a video and it's like supposed to be talking about like oh well shit, like El Shadal Construct unbanned question mark, and I click on it, obviously I know the card's not unbanned because everybody would be flipping out elsewhere. But maybe if it's like a discussion about it, oh well, he's talking about El Shadal coming, like Construct coming unbanned? Question mark? Could it happen? I mean, I got what I expected. I don't know. I think people are just trained to like hate clickbait, no matter what it is.
Yeah, I think it's like how you mentioned how it's like a meme, but people don't see it as that. Like they see it as a meme, but they're saying it unironically. Mm-hmm. Like they just don't get it. Like I can't put it into words, but like fuck. I think it's just really dumb. Like to segue this into a similar thing is people like hate the whole 10-minute thing. Of course, there's like scummy people like Asian Eyes who just like he references it. He's like, haha, I got that 10-minute ad revenue point. But like people don't see this as our job. Like I feel like people don't realize that we make a career out of this, and we this is our like. While it's people go like it's your hobby, you shouldn't have to get paid to do your hobby or think things like no, like you could say it's your actor, like and your favorite actor. It's like this is their hobby, this is the thing that they enjoy doing. Maybe not for some actors because I know some of them fucking hate doing it, but it's like would you say it to them? You shouldn't be paid for doing this movie. It's your hobby. You should just do it for fun. Like what do you think of that? What do you think of that bullshit? Because I think it's really stupid.
I just started recently doing the 10-minute thing. I kind of had like the same mentality, not the same mentality like, oh, don't do it. But I thought, it promotes like a lazy kind of no effort, let me just ramble on about stuff. So I never did it. And then I just recently started doing it, and like my channel's exploded. It's oh god, it's like the YouTube
algorithm. It forces you, if you don't do the 10-minute thing, you're basically like A, leaving money on the table, and B, hurting yourself like analytically wise.
Yeah, but the thing is like I've always had the philosophy like I'm not gonna like turn lazy because of it. If I'm doing 10 minutes, I'm gonna make you sit for 10 minutes and actually enjoy it. Like the thing is I hate to like I love Robbie, but whenever I reference things like just like rambling, I call it like Robbie cool content, because like Robbie, he does like the bare minimum. It's
yeah,
like
for those who don't know, you're referring to M Cole 40.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah, M Cole 40.
Yeah, for those who don't know,
he turns on his camera, he puts in his intro, and he talks. That's it. No editing, nothing. That's all it is. And then that's the kind of stuff I can't stand.
You can't
like,
get behind.
No, because I can't watch it for more than a minute and take it seriously. Like there's like people like Simo. Like I love Alex, and I love his content actually. And he's one of the few people that can do it for 10 minutes because he actually puts enthusiasm into every single minute he does.
Dude, Yu-Gi-Oh with enthusiasm. He doesn't fucking lie about it, man.
That's the fucking thing about it. That's his slogan, and he does encompass it. Like I can sit down for 10 minutes and watch that, even if it's just rambling, because he's his voice, man, it's just commanding. He's like, "Hey, listen to me, fucker."
He speaks with he's got a 20 in charisma, and he speaks with confidence, dude. It gets you a long way.
Hell yeah! And then there's like people like Doug. Like Doug, of course, he's got that calm, soothing voice. Really, kind of like you. You've got that calm, soothing voice. I really fuck with it. I still want my bedtime story.
Oh, don't worry, it's coming. I'm trying to make it. I'm making sure it's going to be great. That's why it's taken a while.
Yeah, but not like he's got that voice, and he's just kind of he talks about it, and he's just kind of leveling with you, like, hey, like here's the deal, let's just talk about it for a little bit and chill out. And he puts the editing, he does like the images and stuff. So it's like I feel like if it doesn't dim down the quality of your videos, why the fuck should I care? Like everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about the YouTube. Yeah, they favor people that do the 10 minutes. You get the money from it. And also you get that huge boost in exposure. And that's just something I've recently been like experiencing, is like 10 minutes. Holy fuck. Like I've gotten, I think, like I looked at my analytics, it's like a 2,000% increase. Oh yeah,
it's crazy. It's like
it's stupid good is what it is.
It's like the equivalent of being like a rent-a-cop at a mall and just watching a car explode through the front door. Like that's how amazing it is sometimes.
That's it. Yep.
Where it's like, nothing's going on here, and then holy shit!
Yeah, it's just like out of fucking nowhere. But yeah, it's like it's definitely it's a necessary evil is what it is. But it's
kind of a necessary evil, I see.
Yeah, it's how you go about it that I think really changes my opinion. Like if you're lazy about it, then fuck yourself. But if you're like if you recognize it's a thing, but you still don't want to like just trail on or be stupid because of it, it's like do your thing.
Yeah, just for anyone out there who is an aspiring channel, just don't let it hurt you. Like if you want to. Don't make a video that's 10 minutes. Don't make a video that's 10 minutes. Don't feel obligated to do it. But, like, if you can do it. Like, don't let it hurt your content, though, in summary. So, now I have some specific questions for you. Those are, like, some of the generic ones. So you've played other games. Like, you play Hearthstone. I know you represented your college and stuff like that. So, what is a mechanic from other card games that you've played that you wish was added to Yu-Gi-Oh, or feel that would improve some of the game mechanics that we have? Like that's an issue right now.
Easily just a mana system. Like having a mana system to like curve out. The thing is with mana system is it doesn't just like slow down the game to a point there's a curve, but it just there's so many levels it adds to it. Like if you know what turn your opponent's on, for like example in Hearthstone, if they're on turn 1 and they're playing an even meta deck, I know all like the cards that are 1 mana that they could possibly play on turn 1. And if they do not have that turn 1 card, they're not playing the most optimal turn. But I know every card in that pool. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just kind of like everybody does everything. So they can have anything at any time and you're just fucked no matter what. But like even like if I'm playing in Hearthstone, turn 2, what's the most ideal turn 2 that this deck can have? I know all the cards in that pool that everybody plays. And that's just such a powerful tool to promote like not only like skillful play, and it promotes the person that actually follows the game and knows everything about it, but it's just it makes it so much fun too, because if you knowingly outplay the opponent, you feel real good about it. And like I've talked about it in Magic too, which also has the mana system, but they have something special to them, which is instants, which you can cast on your opponent's turn. And
isn't that like the equivalent of hand traps? I've been told. Is that right?
Yeah. I made a whole video on it. I talked about how it's like Magic is able to do the hand trap system so well, because if your opponent, like if they have what the card, like I described as mana leak, which is like it's a 2 mana like instant where you can counter a spell that they play unless your opponent plays 3 mana. So essentially you're countering the spell in the matter. But like I said, like if your opponent doesn't have 2 mana open, then you knowingly can play like just whatever you want because they can't mana leak you. But if your opponent ends their turn with 2 mana, kind of just sitting there, you're like, I have to worry about mana leak now. How do I force out this mana leak if they have it or something like that? It's
so you see it as like an extra layer to added gameplay and technical play?
Yeah, it's a huge layer that a lot of people like don't recognize, just like how much. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's nice to know what your opponent's deck is. Like I really fuck with like how our ARG, like you're allowed to see your opponent's deck list before the match starts.
Wait, you're actually allowed to do that? What the fuck?
Yeah, they just started recently doing that.
Okay, because I was
top
like
8 or something, and that's really neat and everything. But still, the thing is like your opponent can have anything at any time. It's like you can't play around an Ash Blossom. You're just kind of have to hope like, oh, they didn't have the 3 out of 40 chance that they threw the Ash Blossom. Because there's no way for you to tell if they had it. If
that's when you mind crush them, call the wrong card, you call some random band bullshit, dump your card, look at their hand, then you know. It's a neg-2, but now you got the information though, dude.
Oh yeah, that information, dude. But like the thing is like it's just so important. Like if Ash Blossom had a mana cost, you could play around an Ash Blossom, but there's just no way to do that now without looking like a fucking idiot. So I just think mana, if that was like, I understand that's not how Yu-Gi-Oh was built, and that's never how it will be built. But I just think as a competitive game, Magic, Hearthstone, they do it better by just simply having a mana system. It's just, it seems so simple and stupid, but it makes a world of a difference.
I see. So to summarize, like, or not to summarize, to move on to another topic is, that non-Yu-Gi-Oh related. So you've tweeted out stuff or like favorited stuff on Twitter about like Smash. So you play Smash or at least enjoy watching it. So who's your favorite personality in the scene?
Oh, I fucking love Leffen, dude. Leffen is
you
great.
You love the cockiness?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Hungrybox? The what I call the weenie players. They just play ledge guard. That's what me and my friends call them, the weenies.
It's funny. Everybody hates Hungrybox, but he's so good at the game. He plays Puff, and like Jigglypuff, for people that don't know, is like everybody thinks it's a joke character, but he's like it's literally one of the scariest scariest like characters to play against if people know
that sleep doing. Is no joke, man.
Oh,
He'll get you. He'll fuck you up.
Rest is scary, but like he's such a good player. It's like he's worlds above everybody, and that's why he's just winning like every event. But like nah, like I fuck with Leffen just because he is always like badgering people or like shit talking people, and I fucking love that there's somebody like driving the community around like that. It's fucking sick. But Leffen's also just a really good Fox player too. So
who's your favorite character to watch? Are you a Fox man? Are you a Falco? You're a Captain Falcon? Are you a Puff boy? Do you enjoy those ice climber combos?
That's ice climber combos. No, but I'm a Falco man, dude. If I can, like, I could watch somebody play Falco, like decent at Falco, and just combo people all day. It's so fucking sick. Like Falco has such like the best combo game like in the entire game. It's so fun to watch. Like if you ever watch like West Balls, he's such a flashy player, and like
the West Balls, he's still trapped in his cage, man. Those
yeah.
every time, every event you watch it and. He just sits there in this chair. He's so flashy of a player too. Like it's fun to watch West Balls, man. Like he just makes the game fun to watch. And like Mango too. When Mango plays Falco, I love watching Mango's Falco. So now we're going to move on to some questions I actually got from the subreddit, because I made a post asking people what they wanted to ask. So these are some like non-descriptive, or not non-descriptive. These are some generic questions because no one gave any in particular ones to anybody. They just gave generic stuff. So the first one is, was it difficult to fit YouTube lifestyle into your normal social life? Have you had like any issues with like, ooh, I want to get these videos out, but like I want to hang out with people, or it's like you find yourself dedicated more time to YouTube and less to your social life. You're like, oh, I'm gonna sit in my fucking room all day and make some shitty ass video, or well, not shitty in your sense, but for me, that's how I see it.
It depends on how seriously you choose to take the thing. Like back in the day, like in middle school, I had so much free time on my hand. It's like I could just do it and no, it didn't interfere. But like nowadays in like college, I do sometimes feel like, hey, like I don't want to make a video and I just kind of want to chill out with friends, but like I want to put that grind in and get like better, So it like kind of interferes sometimes. But like as far as like fitting it into like your social life, it's just determine how seriously you want to take the YouTubing thing, because you can take it not seriously at all and still just be really happy with what you do. It's like, but if you're like destined, like if you're like putting in the grind, you're like, I want to be like the top YugiTubers. I want to be up there. I want to be known and shit. And you got to put in the grind. Don't let it like affect your social life, because you can totally do that. Just upload when you feel like it and people will watch you, and you'll feel a lot happier like that too when it's not something you take too seriously. Because I mean, you can do this as a career, but as far as it goes, like it's like, I don't know. Don't like let it affect your social life. I don't know. I don't know how to put that.
And I get what you mean. Like there's been actually some studies recently. Like people have been like watching stuff and they find like a correlation with like not YouTubers specifically. There was more on like a streamer topic. How like a lot of streamers seem to suffer from depression because they're just like there's like so much pressure put on by all the eyes watching them and all these people like asking for these sort of things, and like maybe they don't want to do anymore, but they have to stay relevant. Like it's like the struggling artist complex where it's like, I want to do this new music, but everyone only wants to hear the classics and no one wants to hear my new style kind of thing. Yeah, no,
it's like, I don't know, just don't take it too seriously and remind yourself that you're having fun with this. You're starting a channel because you enjoy the game. And if you keep that mentality, you won't have a problem with balancing it with your social life, because you just remind yourself, oh, well, if I don't enjoy it anymore, I can just drop out. And I've done that multiple times where I've stopped uploading for several months just because I don't enjoy the game anymore. And I couldn't think twice about it. But I never try to make myself feel obligated to provide free content to people, because you're not. It's like, it's something you're doing because you enjoy it. It's like nobody's on your back unless you're like actively, like somebody is sponsoring you or somebody's paying you to do videos. Nobody is like forcing you to do anything. So just do it as yourself. It's your thing.
So on average, how many packs a month do you open? Are you a pack person, or are you a singles only boy?
I haven't touched sealed product in, God, how long has it been? It's been 2 years since I've probably opened a sealed product that I paid for. Like the most I've opened a sealed product is when I pay for admission to a tournament or something like that. That's the extent. I don't buy physical product. When I do, I actually haven't even touched physical cards for this game in a few months now because it's just too expensive. But if I ever play the game, singles or nothing else. Like I can't see the appeal, especially now with buying sealed product. Like back when like some secret rares were worth like $100, like Zodiac Barrage, even like, there's some money I can get from this. But there's no money to be made from like opening sealed product. And you can't even, like, if you have an idea in mind, like, I want to build this deck, you can't even finish it off of one box. So why are you like burning your money? Like, I see so many people just toss money into a fire at the card shop I work at. And it's just, do yourself a favor. And if you have an idea in mind what you want, buy the singles. If you're in Christmas, it's like, I think it's just easily like a gift kind of thing, like the sealed product. Like if you don't know what your friend wants, or you don't know what, like, I don't know, if you're like a dad or something, you don't know what your son wants, just buy him like a sealed booster box or a sealed structure deck or something. But if you actively like know what you want, it's just way better to buy singles in every scenario.
See, I believe, I agree with you, but I have a gambling addiction. So I buy packs all the fucking, not all the time, but if I'm at a local and I got some change in my pocket because I got home from work and I had some extra money lying around, I'm just like, fuck it, because we got like a 3 for $10 deal. I'm like, especially if packs are mapped, like, or like boxes are mapped, like I don't know if Circuit Break was mapped, but from every box opening I watch, because whenever I'm fiending to open packs and I don't want to spend the money, I just watch box openings. That's what you guys should do if you have a spending problem like I do, but you try to hold back on it. I noticed at Circuit Break, it's always the top 3 packs had the secrets and the best ultra, it seemed. So whenever I would go to our local store and I see that it's a freshly opened box, I'm like, give me those 3, my dude. And I actually pulled like a double helix last week because I noticed the side of where the box is at, and I seem to have like a good luck with guessing out stuff, where it's like I go, maybe I should buy something, like nah. But as soon as I second guess myself, then I have to do it because whenever I do, I always pull good. I did that, and I pulled Broad Bull when he was like still $30.
It's like I have a gambling addiction too. Like I love playing like poker and shit. But like the thing is like I love the fact that like people are against like weighing packs, but I feel like if you have any means to like cheat a system or better the favors, like better the
especially in a game as rigged as Yu-Gi-Oh or slot machines or something, like you want those advantages because like
yeah, absolutely,
those fucking ratios sometimes, like Secret Forces. I'll always bitch about Secret Forces. Fuck Secret Forces, dude. Brio in every 5 box, one Brio in every 5 boxes. Was it?
Fuck that. It's something like that. That set was that was awful the way they did that.
That was so bad.
But like, if you have any way to give yourself an edge, by all means, abuse it. Like, fuck yeah, go for that. Like,
have you ever brought the hand scale to Walmart and started weighing the individuals?
I've never done it myself, but I know a lot of people get like really fucking pissy about it, and I'm just like, hey, he's doing his hustle. Don't knock his hustle, man. Like,
the way I see it is like they see it as unfair because they're unwilling to do it, and that guy did it so that they no longer can get those packs. Exactly. They see it as like, oh, you took it away from me. I could have pulled that pack. Well, bitch, you should have brought the fucking hand scale to Walmart and looked like an idiot, like I just did.
The thing is everybody has the capability to like nobody is excluded.
Like it is well known information. Go to the fucking store if you want that evenly matched and weigh all 800 packs at Walmart on the display.
Yeah, it's like you're not hindered. You can do it if you want to do it. That's the thing. But people don't want to do it. So people get angry for the people that do it. That's literally it.
So what is your personal deck? Like what is your go-to when you like go to locals and you're not feeling meta? Even if it is meta, maybe it's a meta deck, but what is your go-to?
Oh, I love Infernity and all the iterations it's taken.
Oh my god, you're that guy.
I am that guy, dude. Like, I just love Infernity. Like, the fucking FTK loop, I felt the shit out of that for a little bit. That was fun.
Were you that guy online that I was playing against at 3 a.m. trying to get dual footage where I get fucking FTK'd? I don't know what it is with 3 a.m. and FTKs, but they are a more iconic duo.
That's prime time to make people sad. That's when you're trying to make people like cry themselves to sleep that night.
That's like currently taken up by the Sylvan FTK with fucking what the fuck is that stupid shrimp looking fucker?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're
topological bomber dragon with that stupid plant where it's just like where it's basically like this day and age's subs to FTK with Mass Driver.
Jeez, yeah, no, that's prime sad time right there.
Yeah, that's prime sad time, dude. How am I supposed to get that footage, man? What the fuck? Have you played any of the console games at all? And if so, what is your favorite?
Halo is probably my favorite franchise of all time. But like the most recent console game or the most recent AAA game I've actually purchased is Destiny 2. And it's been several years I purchased like a AAA game, let me tell you. And I bought this on a whim. I was like, hey, this looks kind of fun. And I'm having a blast with it. Anything Bungie makes is fantastic. But normally I'm not like a console gamer because I don't own a console. But I would consider Destiny 2 kind of a console game because that's where it originated from. And it's also just a AAA game too. But mostly I'm just kind of like, I play free-to-play shit whenever
Understandable. So you play like, do you play League? Are you a League boy like me?
Dude, I tried to get in the League, but I'm garbage at League. And
it's understandable. We're all garbage at it. Everyone's garbage.
Nah, but my life's kind of just like surrounded by card games like Hearthstone, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then like Destiny is what I play. I've been playing a lot of that now too. But like yeah, like I've just been surrounded with card games all my life. That's pretty much all I know.
Like I somewhat envy you guys because the way I see it is like I can only have one card game in my life right now. Like I like Yu-Gi-Oh is the only one I can play. Like my friends are trying to get into that. Have you seen the ads for it on YouTube? It's called like Light Seekers or Lights something. It looks like a scam game, but no, it's legit. It just happens to just steal all of Hearthstone's layout.
Nah, I haven't seen it. But like the thing is like when you work at a card shop, you're just surrounded by this stuff all the time. You get to talk to people. Like I know how to play every card game except Cardfight Vanguard. That card game's garbage. But I know how to play literally every card game. Like I played Force of Will when it was in its prime.
Yeah, my friends all played Force of Will. They tried to get me, and I said, "Nah, man, I can't do it."
That game was a blast. It's a shame they really fucked it up, but that game was real cool. That game was like a mix of Hearthstone, Magic. That game was sick. That was fun. but they just went and fucked it up. But like I played every card game, so I know how to play every card game, and it's just I don't know, it's fun to like understand different card games. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the only one I really take competitively serious, but like I've always been like, maybe I want to pick up Magic competitively. It's like just something in the back of the mind that I know I can do because I understand how to play it.
No, I see. So the most important question that this person seemed to have asked, I can't read their name, but they want to know, who is your Yu-Gi-Oh waifu?
My Yu-Gi-Oh waifu is easily High Priestess of Prophecy, man.
I see. Understandable. I'm going with right now. I'm going with Tour Guide.
Tour Guide. That's a good option. Can't knock
Judy,
that.
dude. I can't help it, man.
She's a doll. That's for sure.
I wish she was at 3. What is your controversial ban list wants? Like ignoring Stratos, ignoring Chaos Emperor and Construct. What is your like? Everyone will freak out if you say it.
I mean, one that I'm a real advocate for is that nobody talks about is I was actually going to do a video on that like today or tomorrow is Book of Moon. Like I think that card should come back to 3. I fucking love Book of Moon. It's not even that like great of a card now, but I just love everything about Book of Moon. The fact that it's pretty and super rare in Champion Pack. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I understand it. It would be nice to have Book of Moon at 3 when you have to deal with fucking Baguska every goddamn game. Fuck that card.
Whoops, but man, that's just a card that I want back at 3. I love Book of Moon. It's probably one of my favorite cards in the game, easily.
Yeah, I just want all like the super broken cards. Just like I want a deck of 1-ofs. I just want Delinquent Duo at 1, Pot of Greed at 1, Last Turn at 1. Just like just like semi goat, like not really goat. It's just like I want all the bullshits to just come back to 1 and just like I want Sack. I want to play Sackboy.
I just want to play that. You want to play that Last Turn FTK there. I feel the fuck out of that.
Understand.
Make some people sad with Jowgen. Oh yeah.
Oh man. So have you watched the show at all?
Wait, what show?
The Yu-Gi-Oh show. The anime. Have you watched any of them?
No, the extent I've watched the show is actually just I watched it as a very small kid. That's the extent of the thing I've watched it. I don't watch it now. Haven't watched GX. Haven't watched 5Ds.
Oh, you haven't watched GX? It feels like everybody asks seems to have watched GX.
Nah, I haven't watched the anime. I couldn't tell you a single thing about even the old anime, and I watched it as a kid. I just have no interest in it. It's just not my thing. What
is your ideal meta? What do you see as like what do you want? You want like a super high technical play where it's like very back and forth, kind of like almost like a paleo mirror match or like a Psy-Frame, not a Psy-Frame mirror match, because a Psy-Frame mirror match nothing fucking happens. But where it's like high intense skill, where it's like you need to know how to play the deck like Dragon Rulers or Necros, where it's like there's a difference between someone who could just go, okay, I ditched Herald, summoned Unicore, and then someone who can Valk loop.
Nah, I've said this multiple times. Like I love Tier 0 formats when they're built correctly. Like one of my favorite formats in Yu-Gi-Oh is easily Draco Pals. I don't think Draco Pals was Tier 0, but Draco Pals, like after the initial hit where like Cyber Dragon Infinity and that shit, like what was it, Telenice Ptolemaeus or something like that got banned. Right after that format, when it was like Wavering Eyes at 3 and Luster Pendulum at 3, that format was sick because you had to know how to play Wavering Eyes correctly to actually do well. And if you didn't know, like, oh, maybe I should like Wavering Eyes my own fucking scales, like to like play around my opponent's Wavering Eyes. Like when there's that extra level of thought, even if it's as minor as that, I feel like it really makes a format fun to play. Necros, even when they're at full power. I think the Jinlock was really stupid, but if that wasn't a factor, that format would easily be probably my favorite format in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there were so many things you had to understand, like Valkyrist, like tribute off your own big dudes that you would make, understanding to keep your entire field and shit, or like your field clean for your opponent's Trishula. Like those extra levels of thought make a world of difference when you're building a format. And I definitely think like we've been lacking a lot of that. Like Zodiac, with all the new hand traps, like you would just play all the hand traps, and then if you opened a hand trap, you probably won. If you're going second, if you didn't win, you probably lost. It's just I think that sucks. But favorite formats of all time: Tier 0 Necros, and then Draco Pals, which I also think was Tier 0 at the time, but I'm not quite sure.
So another person wants to ask, what is one channel you find extremely underrated in the community?
Ooh, underrated. Jesus. Let's go back to that one because I'll actually take a look here while we're. talking.
Well, I'll talk about who I feel while you look. Is
Okay.
Maybe this may not be true, but I feel like MST.TV and you are like fucking incredibly underrated. Like, dude, he and you put out like the good fucking meta talk, and no one gives a shit about that. Everyone's just like, "Hey, scrub decks. I like playing rogue. I run 3 Cobra in my Predaplant deck."
No, I like MSTTV too. His editing is fantastic. He does like that shit for a living.
It helps when you're a graphic designer. Like,
yeah, no, he puts that work in. I definitely respect the hell out of MSTTV. He probably actually would be my choice too. I can't really actually think of anything
like
else
for the amount of effort to sub count ratio and view count, I find incredibly depressing. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I'm looking at some of your videos right now. Like I remember when you talked about Magispectors a while back. It was you and Innovation YGO. Me and my friends watched because when we were getting back in physically at the end of last year, and you were like, Magispectors are a good meta, like a good anti-meta kind of thing where the traps are bullshit. And you were like, oh, their deck is super cute. Both of you and Innovation said that. And one of my friends fucking made that deck I couldn't beat with because I was playing Fluffles and fucking. Have fun fighting Magispectors with Fluffles. Can't be targeted. Can't be destroyed.
Hell yeah.
That's the fun.
Yeah, no, I'd say MSTTV is probably my choice too. Looking back at it, I can't find anybody else on my sub list that probably deserves that title more. So yeah, I would say MSTTV. He just puts a substantial amount of effort into his work. It really shows. Like, his stuff's out of this world. Way better than anything like I or probably anybody else can do, for that matter, just because he does it like he's a graphics designer. That's what he does for a living. It's like Yugimation. Like, the thing with him is like, I miss Cody. I miss the hell out of Cody in this community.
What does he do now? Has there been an update like what he does?
He does something for another game. It's some kind of I want to say the community's really small for it, but he does that. I forget what the name of the game is because it's so small. I
haven't kept up with him at all, so I cannot tell you what he does.
He doesn't do anything for his channel anymore, but like, he does artwork for this one community, and like, the people that developed the game got a hold of him because they really like the effort he puts into his like shit he does for it. And so he's been doing really well for himself with that. And like, he does like, he's had a connection with a lot of people. He does like commissions for like templates for Twitch and everything. So he's doing his thing, but I don't think he plays Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. But his stuff was unmatched. Like, easily that was
it was the channel to beat. But you know how YouTube is. It's like, animators are probably the most unrewarding effort to quality ratio and like money back and view count you get for making their thing. Like, I don't know if you watch any like the Sleepy Cabin or like Speedo Sausage or any of them, where they talk about how like being an animator on this platform is fucking impossible and making a living off it.
Yep. No, I totally get that. It's definitely like I think like what actually happened was if you watch like YouTube Rewind this year or something like that, they had the animators in it. Like, some of the animators got into it, but they put them at the very end of the video. Like, what? Like, during the credit reel. It wasn't even like at the end of the video. They were during the credit reel. They were. It's like YouTube even said like that. Like, they're not an actively part of like community just by doing that. It feels really fucking shitty. Like, I can't imagine being an animator on this platform.
Nah, they put it in like I respect the fuck out of it. Like, I understand why Ego Raptor doesn't do it anymore. It sucks that we've lost him because he was very talented.
Oh yeah.
But like I see why. And now this next question is from Robert Is Cat, and he wants to know, why does his scrub friend think that Grand Mole is so broken? Can you answer that? Because
you answered it yourself. He's a scrub. That's probably why.
All right, man. You got to hear it from the man himself. He knows. I'm going to ask that to every single person now. That's the new question.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's think. Let's scroll through some more. Why don't you think Konami treats this like a competitive game and won't give us a decent cash prize?
It sucks. I hate it. But like, the thing is, it's just grounded in what they've done from the start.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the game is just like, yeah, we're not going to give them cash support. And you know, it's kind of something you have to deal with. But it does suck when even the prize support isn't anything stellar either.
Yeah, like the unplayable cards, or it's like Minerva or something like that.
If you win a prize card, you win some money, like effectively, because you can sell it. That's cool. But as far as any other game, like even like the cash to like prize support ratio, like if I sold a first place Minerva, I can make like $2,000. Fucking sick. That's a lot of money. But like the prize support for every other game is just way better. Like this game is just not worth playing physically unless you can like win every single event.
I feel like what Konami needs to do is they need to look at like what fighting games, because I think fighting games do it the best, is how they host their tournaments, specifically like how Evo is set up and stuff, where it's like, I'd be willing to pay, like, let's see, normal admission to like a YCS or a regional is like, what, $20? 20, 25?
20, yeah.
I'd be more willing to pay like 30 to 35 if the pool, like a portion of the money I pay is added to like a prize pool for the winner.
Like I think I could get behind, like, I know ARG tried to do it, but I guess the majority of the community is not for that. Like, I would always be like, get rid of the participation prizes. Like, I don't give a shit about the mat. I don't give a shit about the free 5-packs I get for paying $20.
Hey man, I want those free 5-packs. I could have my evenly matched in it.
I'm all for, like, if I pay $20, I want the chance to win that back plus like quintuple the amount that. So like,
some of those mats are though really nice, I have to say.
I mean, yeah, they're nice and everything, but like, I'm not a fan of participation prizes even. Like, yeah. I don't care about
you don't want the "you tried" medal?
Nah, no, that's not my thing. Like,
you're not a fan?
Yeah, no, I go to win. Like, I mean, if you look at Pokemon, I think Pokemon's probably the one that people should be looking for. Magic's just like the way they do it is like it's weird the way they do it, because they have so many. They have so many different like tournament structures. It's all over the place. Like, it's very hard to follow like what Magic things are, because they all mean something, and then some of the tournaments don't mean something. But Pokemon, the way they do it, they have regionals, and what those are is their equivalents to YCSs, and they do cash support, baby, and they do a lot of fucking cash support. Like, so many people I know, they just revamped all their structure, like, I think last year, but so many people I know was like, I'm picking up Pokemon now just because this prize support's insane. And I feel like any card game, like especially Yu-Gi-Oh, if Yu-Gi-Oh like revamped their prize support to be something favorable, I believe that would happen with Yu-Gi-Oh as well. People would be like, yeah, let me play this game now, because now I have a chance to actually win something meaningful.
So someone wants to know would you feel more comfortable, would you like the idea of the game becoming more mainstream? Like, Duel Links they think is like a decent start, but how would you feel if the game was taken seriously as something as like poker per se? Or like, how would you see it? Like, would you think that was like a good thing? I mean, overall, I think that like the exposure of a game is always good, but do you think it could take like a bad turn or like a good, like what would you think would happen if it did become like mainstream?
I mean, I had something, hold on. But like, the thing is like, I'm all for like games becoming esports, but like, there's no hype around Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't think.
Yeah, it's very hard to keep commenting. Like, I love the commentator dudes. I know one of them comes to our local occasionally. Michael, I can't remember his last name, Kohim or something like that. Forgive me, man, if you're watching. I know you aren't. But I occasionally say hi to you whenever you come into the local to buy cards off off the vendor. But like, it's hard to make it exciting, like to compare to like League of Legends, because I watch a bunch of that, like All Stars are going on right now. It's hard to have like the excitement and the enthusiasm that like the show is. It's like the guy played evenly matched and he banished all of his cards.
And even if you compare it to like a card game like poker, the thing that makes poker so fucking hype is that you get those chances where things happen like 1 in a million, like pocket aces. Getting busted by some shitty hand like 2-3 or something like that. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh just doesn't have that thing where you get those 1 in a million things. You're just watching the same meta decks being played over and over again, the same cards in the deck. It's like, there's no excitement, there's no thrill value, there's no like luck or any well, it's all luck, that's what the game is, but there's no like things that could just happen on a whim that are wild as fuck, where poker has that. Magic's actually surprisingly huge. But I think Magic, it's just because there's so much to like understand. I think like it's really hard for card games, TCGs, to step up in like the esports realm, except for Hearthstone. Hearthstone does it really well because it's flashy, and it
also helps that it's part of like Warcraft, which is like a well established, very popular thing. Like, anyone who's played WoW can like jump over and be like, Oh wow, that's cool. It's I
Mhm.
can't remember any fucking WoW character's name, Illidan or some bullshit.
Mhm. But it's like it's also Hearthstone's great because it's so easy to learn. Every card is like literally one line of text, and you're like, oh shit, Death Rattle, draw a card. Well, what's Death Rattle do? Oh wait, that minion on my screen just died, and he drew a card. I now understand what Death Rattle is. It's like you can pick it up in a matter of seconds, compared to every other card game where you've got like stupid interactions. Like, okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Light Pulsar Dragon died, but his opponent activated MST before it died, so it misses timing now. What the fuck is going on? Like, there's so much to understand.
I'm glad we moved away from like a lot of things missing timing. Like,
oh, I missed that mechanic just because
you miss
again,
it
was
actually.
Yeah, I miss it because it was just like going back to
thing.
like saying it's another level of thought. Like, I can play around this Light Pulsar Dragon, hell yeah. But from a viewer standpoint, like it's very easy to understand why people don't know what the fuck is going on half the time.
I feel like it's a little difficult to get like new people in. Like, I try to explain to my friend what was mistiming. He's like, why would they ever make a mechanic like that? So,
yep.
It's hard to get someone who isn't as like immediately ready to go competitive to understand the goodness of missing timing. But
and
yeah,
I really dislike Duel Links too. Like I was going to make a video. I hate Duel Links. It's so dumb because of the fact that if anybody wants to start picking up this game,
it's a misrepresentation of the game.
Yeah, it's nothing like the game. You pick up Duel Links and then you come to this shit and you're like, wait, how do
there's
you have
5 zones? Oh my god,
like,
I have a starting hand of 5.
Link monsters, pendulum monsters, what the hell are those? Like, it's such a poor representation of what the game really is. As somebody described it, it made me actually kind of mad. He's described it as it's vanilla Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, vanilla Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like, it's still different than what Duel Links is. Duel Links doesn't have a main phase 2. If Duel Links
it doesn't even have a main phase 2? Wait, I haven't even played it far enough to know that. Like,
no, it would, if Duel Links added a main phase 2, the game would be actually even like more skillful than.
Whoa, man, calm down. That's a little too much to ask for people. That's too much to ask.
I'm like 100% serious. Like, if my opponent has like a card like what's one thing that I always got furious about? Mirror Wall. Mirror Wall was like a stupidly good card in Duel Links. But the thing is, since there's no main phase 2, I can't like attack into my opponent's monsters, force them to flip the Mirror Wall, and then main phase 2 drop a big dude and just watch him like cry because Mirror Wall isn't affected by it. It's just like so many cards in that game would be so easy to play around if you had a main phase 2. But all the battle traps are literally like insane in that game because you can't play around them. You're just forced to like get hit by them.
Does that mean Mirror Force is super broken?
I mean, Mirror Force isn't in that game.
Oh,
they
it's
have
not?
A card like they have a card like Michizuri, which is I don't even know if you remember that card, but it's like when a monster's destroyed, you can destroy another monster on the field. So it's like the thing is like if I had one monster on the field and I wanted to like attack and then force my opponent to like flip Michizuri, or not force my opponent to flip Michizuri or something, and then main phase 2 summon another monster, I can't do that. I'm just kind of forced to attack with it and get that long dick, and then cry about it that I wasted an entire turn because I couldn't summon. It's such an easy level to add that's so easy to understand too, but I don't know why they excluded it. I hate Duel Links. Such a poor representation of what the game really is.
Yeah, it really is. But what is your most regrettable or worst purchase in the game? Like, like someone asked, like, did you buy a fucking prize support card that you didn't need or something dumb like that? Have you ever done that?
Nah, my probably worst purchase I've ever made was I purchased fucking, what did I purchase? It was like some stupid agent deck. And this was like what, a year and a half ago. So agents were never good. But I purchased some.
Hey man, Agent of Venus was gonna be OP, and then they banned Emerald.
No, but I was like, I'm going to buy this agent deck. Like, I saw this stupid Brilliant Fusion combo online. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. Well, let me purchase every card in that deck, max rarity. And then I realized a week later, I'm like, this is probably the worst thing I've ever done in my life. What did I do? I think the thing is like, it was right after like the new golds. It was like Return of the Bling came out, that set, like Return of the Bling. And my card shop just got all their shit in. For it, and I was like, let me buy a box of it. And that's when it had like Giant Hand and stuff, and that was worth mad cash, and like Cosmo Dark Destroyer. So I just opened a box, and then I gave him everything I didn't want because I just wanted a Giant Hand. I gave the shop owner everything I wanted, This is back when I didn't work there, but I gave her everything I didn't want, and she gave me credit, and I got way more credit than what I paid for the box. So I was like, hell yeah, give me another box. And I must have cracked it was at least 3 or 4 boxes, and I ended up with like $300 worth of store credit and the giant hand that I wanted. So I plussed hella hard that day, and then I just spent all that credit. I'm like, yeah, let me just buy this shitty like agent deck.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
Got any more questions here? We got like an hour in. Jesus.
Yeah. Let me think. Let me read some more because there's like people at the list. Let's see. Is Cloud a balanced Smash character? Yes, his recovery is gimpable, but it's the mixing of Ike's range with Marth's speed, and then making the whole sword the tip.
That's not fair. No, I mean, have you ever gotten hit at 30% with a Marth tipper?
No,
you pretty much die. Not. So if everything's the tipper, you're just gonna lose. It doesn't matter if like the character's gimpable or something like that. It's like you lose if everything's the tipper. So no, that's not balanced if that's what you were going for. Not even close.
All right, man. That was the same guy who asked you about the Grand Mole Scrub question. So Robert is cat. You got your answer, my dude. Let's see. What was your least favorite deck to ever play against? Do you have like a certain like play style you can't stand? Like I can't stand any deck that plays around the fucking Banish Zone. Like Ritual Beast, fuck them. Like I can't stand anything like that.
That's a really tame answer for a really like easy question. Final Destination is final. What is it? Is that it?
Final Countdown? I think it is.
Final Destination.
Final Destination.
No, Final Countdown, dude. That's the worst experience. If you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, man, and just hate yourself, play against somebody that plays Final Countdown. Oh man, it's a waste of time.
I had a really shitty Final Countdown deck back in the day where I ran like 3 Ukazi and a bunch of random shit.
Ukazi, hell yeah. No, but like that's somebody played Final Countdown against me online like a couple years ago, and I never wanted to hate myself more. It's just that deck's like even Chainburn. Like I can even like Chainburn gets it done quick. They're just like
at least it doesn't take 30 fucking turns.
Oh yeah, no, like Final Countdown's like the worst experience. So I that's easily the answer there.
Do you have a rough estimate of how much you thought you think you've spent on the game?
Ooh, do we want to include like just spending or like making money back?
Just spending period, like buying singles and packs and all sorts of shit. Like whatever comes to mind. How much do you think you've spent?
I mean, probably well over $1,000, and that seems kind of like tame.
That seems kind of extreme to anyone who doesn't play the game. But like, have you consider like meta decks, like especially since they last like a long, like at least a month or not a month. Holy shit, if they lasted a fucking month and you spent that much, that'd be whoo.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
they last like 6 months to almost a year.
We're also not considering like the fact that maybe I've sold the cards that I picked up too. So it's probably even like a little bit less than that just because staples do like rotate and everything. Like Ash Blossom is now like that nut, and that's like $100 each, but I haven't bought them because I don't even own physical cards now. But
like, you don't? Did you sell all yours, or you just don't like?
Yeah, I sold all of them. I tried to pick them up again for like a while here. I might consider it now again since I'm actually making decent money off YouTube now. But I just haven't had the time to play it. I don't travel to events to make it worthwhile. So I haven't owned like I have one card. I think I have like an Infernity Barrier First Ed, and that's all I got.
yeah, I'm a collector, so like actually right next to me I have like all my decks in OCD piles right next to me, like all in deck profile order, and like not mostly max rated. Like there's some decks I just like wanted to own max rated. Like I have like a max rated Pepe deck, so I was just like I never got to play it, so I was like I want to own that. And I have a mostly complete Dragon Rulers deck. I think I'm just missing like I'm missing like one Draco Sack, and I'm missing like some Gold Sarks because who the fuck owns Gold Sark anymore?
Hell yeah.
Like that card is the ultimate power creep piece of shit.
Yep.
Wait 2 turns to get something back?
Man, that's hard to believe. You know what card I'm surprised people ever thought was like insane, just in like an actual meta deck? Fucking Card-D, dude. Like, people thought Card-D was insane in +1 Fire Fist format.
Dude, people still think it's kind of semi, like, no, not still think, but like some decks still run, like, I know Psyframe still think it's great.
It's a decent card if you run it in like something like cheesy, like you're playing like Psyframes, you're playing Chainburn, but like actual meta play, like people thought Card-D was insane. I was like, holy fuck, what does this game become? Like we just left the format of it was like fucking getting like +8 off of Spellbook Judgment, and people are now nutting their pants over a +1 from Card Cardi. It was what a shift, dude. Like unbelievable.
Well, what is a deck that you like highly anticipated, or you saw people highly anticipate that like flopped so fucking hard?
I want to say Magical Musketeers.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like, the most recent one that comes to mind. Like everyone, dude, cast bars are still $30 fucking.
That's crazy.
That's nutty.
There's probably another one that I'm thinking of, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, neither can I. I can't think of anything off the top of my fucking head.
That's the first one that comes to mind. Is like everybody thought, shit, this card's insane. Like these things activate spells from hand. Oh, woo! And then nobody's playing that shit.
No, but it's still expensive. Oh man, it's still expensive as hell. I'm trying to think. Fuck, I can't think of any either. Well, that was a terrible question to ask when I didn't have an answer for myself, at least. Let's think. Let's look through some more. Let's see. I think we're coming up on an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour 15, yeah.
So I guess we could just start wrapping it up. So what are you up to now? What are you going to continue to do after this video ends? Tell the people what you're up to.
After this video, I'm probably going to record a video of myself talking about something and then upload it to my YouTube channel and then go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and, I don't know, study for finals.
Yeah, finals.
Yeah.
Everyone's struggling with them finals right now.
Yep, it's a struggle, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I just got maybe 2 weeks left, and then I go home and I get to see my girlfriend again, which is fucking sick.
Nice.
And I don't know.
Oh shit, drop the pop.
That's my life. Woo.
So where can people find all of your lovely content? Plug yourself right now. Let them hit them with the Twitter, hit them with the YouTube, hit them with the Facebook, hit them with your Tinder, hit them with your Grindr, hit them with your MySpace.
All right, if you guys want to find me like anywhere, I discuss like metagame, pretty much almost metagame content for Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I also discuss a lot of the history, which I don't think a lot of people do. If you want to find me, you can find me on YouTube /Nyhmnim. That's NYHMNIM. You can find me on Twitter @Nyhmnim. You can find me on Instagram @Nyhmnim. If you want to keep up with my like personal life, really, you can find me on there. And don't friend me on Facebook unless I actually know you, because I'm not going to probably accept your friend request. But those are the social medias you can find me at. Check me out.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. It's great. You're my first guest. Hopefully this comes out not shitty, so it makes you look good and me look good, so I can stroke my ego saying, look at these cool guys I had on my show, and they think nicely of my content.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Dude, it's really weird to like, just to side note for a bit, it's like when I watched you guys and now you comment on my videos, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, man, that happened to me too. What was it? Back when like Underworld, like you remember 666? Or Underworld 6667 or something like that?
No, I had no idea what that is.
Oh man, he's an old guy. This guy, his content like sucked back then. Actually, looking back at it, but when he first like found my channel,
flaming him, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm flaming the shit out of him. But back when he found me, dude, it was like the best feeling ever. I was like, holy shit, like this could be a big thing, and it happened to be. So hell yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for having you on, and hope we could have you on again later on if I have more topics or in another further videos down the line. But see you next time, guys. If all of his links that he mentioned about himself will be in the description. And do you have a Patreon? I forgot to ask. Do you have a Patreon that you can, people can donate if they want to help your show?
I do have a Patreon. You can find that. It's actually on my channel if you look in the description. If you want to Patreon, that's fine. I'm doing a very poor job, I'll admit, keeping up with all the Patreon donations and actually using Patreon what it's for. So I actually, as stupid as it sounds, I wouldn't recommend donating to me or anything yet, because I'm not doing a very good job of keeping up on those. But if you want to, if you're just like, hey, this guy's kind of cool as shit, by all means, go ahead. I'll definitely step up my game with that.
All right, so you can follow me at civit_@twitter.com. You can subscribe for more content and ask, who do you guys want to have on the show next? I'll try to get on as many people as I can, unless I don't like them. You know who you are, you motherfuckers. Just kidding. I love everybody in this community. I'm definitely not have a gun to my head right now from the deadly people of YouTube threatening to destroy my channel and dox me. But on a side note, if you want to support the show with everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! That I do occasionally whenever I feel like it, and sit through the miserable fucking show that I hate so much, you can help me at patreon.com/civet. And the first dollar tier reward is you can join my Discord where I can interact with you guys. And you can keep asking me what Pot of Greed does, you motherfuckers. If you need to look, it's not funny. It's not funny, okay? We're breaking the fourth wall. It's not fucking funny. That meme died in 2007. Alright, guys, good night. See ya.